Hi everybody, welcome back to Karidoesstuff, and welcome back to my model bench. Alright, so here we are. Hey, that worked. That worked at least. Okay. Right, so we seem to be up and running. Yay. Okay, so yeah, welcome back. I've just got myself ready here, so gonna need us to start the day off well. One of the little reasons why my channel is marked adult content. Right, so what were we doing yesterday? Oh yeah, we painted my horse. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Give it a kiss and it tastes just like raisins. So yesterday we done the face, the head and the face. The day before that we done the mane and tail. Now, I'm not entirely too pleased with the mane and tail. It's too in your face. It's too brash. It needs to be muted down a little bit. Uh, the contrast between the black and the white is just too high. I need to kind of mute that down a little bit and try and bring that down. So that's what we're going to try and do today. We're going to try and bring the contrast down. Now, one way of doing this is, as I did with the body, is to airbrush it. So let's go over to the main bench here. If I can find the main bench. Oh, it's working. Great. Get the cable out of the way. You don't want to see none of that nonsense. Let's not break the fourth wall. Okay, so as we can see, the mane and tail look a bit too... the contrast is a bit too high in comparison to the rest of it between the black and the white. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and bring that down by spraying it. Now the problem there, of course, is we've got the hair right against the body here. So I could mask all this up, or we could just be extra careful. So I'm thinking we're going to be extra careful. When it comes to the tail, however, I will mask up the legs. I'll just wrap them in tissue paper. So I'm going to grab out a few cotton buds so when we can wipe off the overflow. Should be able to wipe off the overflow with ease. Pour a bit of water in there. So this is going to be some more airbrush skilling. So what I need is the airbrush colours that I intend to use. So let's get out my paints. Let's bring them over here so you can see what we're going to choose. Okay, so I'm thinking obviously we're going to need an airbrush white. Air. Where's white air? That's the white one. There's a normal white. Where's the model air white? It's in it somewhere. There you go, white. Model air white. Now I kind of want. Now I was using the sand. That's model air golden brown. So we're going to put a little bit of golden brown in there just to take off the white, make it look a bit more blonde. Where's the sand? Here we go, sand. Oh, that's not model air, that's dark sand. But so we're just going to need a smidge of that golden brown. Finest in dress. Right. What happened to my... There we go. Now I need an old brush to mix it up with. I'm not very prepared today. Just get an old brush out, not a dirty one, just that one to do. Just a dribble. Couple of dribbles, we can always add more in. That's a come on. There we go. Alright, so now we've got a kind of a blondie, look, dirty blonde look in there. Dirty blonde colour. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm going to keep those out because I'm going to use the white for highlights shortly. Bring over the airbrush. Now I hope that it's working. We don't have any problems with this today. Oh, right, hang on. I've got some problems with the legs. Right, there we go. Okay, good. Right, so use a pipette to pour it in. No, I should have just poured it in. There we go. Right, now let's see if we've got some coming out. Yep, we got some coming out, just way too much. So we screw the back in. Oh, I was just checking that my iTunes was still working. Right, so this should hopefully mute down some of that black. So let's grab my little soft cloth and lay that down so that the horse doesn't get too scratched and covered in crap paint. And let's just give it a go, see what it looks like. You can always get rid of it if it's no good. So what I'm trying to do is mute out some of this darkness. So I might need a bit more. Okay, that's good. So what we're going to do is grab cotton bud. There we go. Let's get rid of it off the edges, so that's all right. Oh, that is looking much better. I can already see that. Let me bring the camera down here for a second. You'll already start to see a change in the colour that we've got going on here. So this is what I've already sprayed, and this is what I haven't sprayed. So you can start to see that it's gone quite muted. The contrast is muted, which is exactly what I was after. So we just keep doing that. And then every so often we just have to rub off anything that gets onto the skin. Like so. Just dip it in a bit of water. There we go. That is looking much better already. I'm loving how that is toning down the contrast. You still get the light and dark spots in it, but it's less pronounced. Let's turn her around. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm really pleased with that. That's looking really good. I like that. Tidy up some of that. Okay. We're going to need to do a bit. I'm going to have to move the camera up a little bit. Just forgive me. Where we go for a bit of a joyride. Oh yes, it's shown some of the shadows of the hair, but without it being too overstated. Oh great, that's good. So now I've got to work on the front of the horse. Let's just lift her up a bit more. So let's try and get some light on the subject here. There we go. That works. Around here. Great. Might have to just touch some of that up a little bit. Uh-oh. I think we're still spraying out a bit too much. Okay. So that's looking much better. That's looking much less overstated, sorry, and it's looking, the contrast is looking very muted now. That's good. I like that. Yeah, I do like that. You can still see the shadows and the dark spots in it, but without it being too in your face. And now, just for comparison, there's the tail, there's the mane. You can still see the shadows, dark spots, and it still looks like hair. I am much better with. I'm so much more pleased with that. Is what I was trying to get out. Yeah, that looks way better. Right, so as far as the tail goes now, we are going to have to wrap these legs in tissue paper because we're going to end up with paint all over the legs. Otherwise, I'm going to be here forever trying to. Come on, what's the matter with you? Why won't you wrap? Okay, we'll do again. We'll start again. Okay. Right. Right. We'll just do it like that. Put a bit of tape on the hoof and on the thigh up here, just to hold it in place. Feed it through. Come on, feed it through. Oh my god, I'm so fingers and thumbs today. What's going on? Come on, get through. Can't be that close. Right, that. Damn it, why aren't you? Right, you'll do. Right, you'll do. God, so fingers and thumbs today. Okay, as far as the rest goes, we'll deal with the rest as it comes up, I think. Right, so... Now, are we getting much out of this? There we go, that should work. Come on up, you come. There we go. There's a good go. Okay. So we've got some splatter on the back end of the horse here we can deal with. As long as we deal with it while it's wet, we're good. There we go. Right, so let's keep on going. Right, so something's happening here. We're not getting... Yes, we are. Right, so clean that splatter off. I keep losing my... There we go. Okay, good. Okay, this is looking much better already. Okay, so I think we're done there. Oh, there's still a couple of bits in here underneath this bit here that I want to get to. Okay, so let's just check that out. Oh yes, that is looking much better. Brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Right, so let's just get rid of this tissue paper off of here now. Just, if I can, just jank that out. And there we go. Let's have a look, see what we got here. I think you'll agree that that looks much better than what it did. It's less defined. The contrast of the hair is much less. I like that. I'm pleased with that. So we can move on to the next stage. Just wipe through the airbrush here. So just going to grab. Oh, I better move this because otherwise, what would be the point in having it if I get paint all over it? I'm just going to run this through here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to paint the saddle. I just run a bit of water through that airbrush. Oh no, I don't want to run water through it, do I? It's just leave it for now. It'll be fine. Right, so the next bit is Careful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to paint the saddle here. Now the bit that I'm going to paint is the checkerboard bit in here. Now it's not going to be checkerboard. I'm going to spray that up. I was thinking of masking it, but I think we've got enough room around here to be able to get away with that. Or shall we? No, I don't think we need to, because this is going to be painted by hand. I'm going to paint all this by hand. This is all going to be black. That's going to be black. I might mask it up when I come to actually do the saddle. This part here, that's going to be masked up because I'm going to do that. That's going to be black too, or black grey. But as far as this part in the middle, I think we can get away with that. Now I've got to look for a paint that's going to look good with that. So just put the horse over there for a second. Oh, mind your nose. So, where is that's black. That's a black grey that we're going to use for the leather work. Just wondering what colour to paint that part there. I might even have to just it's just I don't want it to be too overstated. I mean, painting it red would be way too overstated. What have we got here? I mean, this is English uniform. I want it a dark leather colour, like not too black, but still a leather colour. So I might actually paint it by hand. Ochre brown? No. What's this? This is... What is this? Doesn't say what the colour is on it. I think a dark brown would work, wouldn't it? A dark brown and a black. That could work. So that's one choice. Yeah, I think that'll do it. What have we got here? This is what is that? It's a black. We've got plenty of those. Okay. Rust? No, I think a very dark brown. So actually, we're not going to need to well, we can airbrush it. We can airbrush it. No. This is going to be painted by hand. It's going to be hand painted, this one. With a brush. I don't want to clog up my airbrush. Okay. Oh, in which case I want to use I want to use the wet palette, and I'm going to do this. So let's get the wet palette out. See, it still remained wet, and the black has gone all runny. Right, so let's get rid of that part. So we're going to make it a bit darker by putting some of the black grey in it. Okay, so it's not completely black grey, it's got some brown in it. It's going to look like pleated, sort of. Yeah, that works. That'll do. That's good. I like that. Just got to see what it looks like when it's on there. Okay, come on, little buddy. Right, let's try and move some of this around so that I don't get everything in the way. I've got plenty of desk space. I don't know why I always cramp myself up into a tiny little corner. Oh, there goes my lights. Right. Right, let's just paint them on there. What do they call this kind of look? Is it when they stitch? Not mattress stitching. Ah, the word's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think what they call this kind of stitching where they. Oh, don't hold the tail, idiot. Oh my god, what am I doing? Just realised I'm holding the tail. I've just painted the tail. What am I doing? Oh dear, it's one of those days today. It'll get better. It'll get better. Patchwork, isn't it? It's not, well, it's not patchwork so much as it's like it's a blanket, isn't it? And they kind of stitch it. It's got padding in it, and it's stitched into squares so that the padding comes out in these like little bubble squares. And I can't think of what that's actually called. So if anybody actually knows what that's called. Just trying to get into all the little bumps and lumps. It's very relaxing. Especially as I don't have to worry about getting it onto anything important at the moment, because all this is going to be all the edges are going to be like repainted. So that's all good. I could just apply at will. I'm really pleased with the way this is starting to look, starting to come out. It's almost as if she could go off galloping off of my desk. Hey, come back, I haven't finished your saddle. Right. Right, so we're just going to move down onto here. Yep, looking good. Might need another coat when it's done, but we'll see. It's going on quite nice actually. This paint is not bad. I mean, there's a few brushstroke areas that have gone light, but overall it's not too bad. There. That's the padding done. Right, next up is the actual black leather. But it's smoky time. Right, for this we're going to use, again, the black grey so it all matches. Just shaky, shaky. Do the shaking Stevens. Right. We'll come back in with a smaller brush and do the edges, so I'll just do up to the stitching for now, so that I know what I need to do next. because obviously this is going to get a wash as well to pick out the dark areas of the texture, because this is all textured. So I'm going to give it a wash over, try and pick out those textures, and then obviously we're going to do some dry brushing over the top of it. You can see all right there. Let's try and put that light on it a bit more. Oh, I'm holding the bloody mane again, aren't I? I need to hold the legs. The legs are the parts that I need to hold on to. So, the more I paint this model, the less I have to hold on to. Right, bopping the camera there. I'm going to paint the nobule as well, so that when it's done, it won't be seen, be hidden. That may even need to get cut off, depending on how. I mean, from recollection, I think Arthur fits on there quite nicely, but I may want to get an even better fit. And that's why it's good to have also this saddle as a very simple colour. It's not been mixed up. It's just straight out the bottle, because then if I do have to cut it, I can paint it again quite easily without having to try and match colours. I'm not talking very much, am I? I need to maybe engage my audience a little bit more. I'm trying to concentrate and think about what I need to be doing here. Maybe I should start learning how to think out loud again. I was always told, you know, you can think with your inner monologue now. Okay. So what I'm doing here, let me just bring the horse down a bit like that. So I'm not painting right up to the edge. I'm painting as much as I can with a big brush, and then I'm going to drop down a size and do the edges. Okay, so we're going to drop down a size and brush. Let's put that in the water. Let's find a smaller brush. A smaller, better brush. What about this one? You will do. Right, sip of coffee. Toke on the cigaroony. Right, so that's what we got so far. Let's bring that down. There you go. That's what we've got so far. It's starting to look good. It is, however, a flat colour at the moment, so we'll pick out the highlights and the lowlights real soon. So, looking pretty good. Okay, so we're going to need some more black on the palette. Or black grey, as they call it. Now we've just got to go around the edges. This is tricky because it's not just a straight edge on the side here. There's got these nobules, so it bounces up and down. So it's a tricky edge to paint. Oh God! Put my handprints in the blooming. Ha ha! Don't touch that. I've got to remember that the other side has also been painted and is wet, so it's real tricky. In some ways it's harder than those even smaller miniature models, you know, like the Warhammer ones. Because you can just stick those on a stand and hold the stand and just turn the stand in your hand. But can't really do that with this. You've got to hold the model, and at some point you've got to hold something that's already been painted. So trying to manipulate it into a painting position is really quite difficult. Okay. Just checking and seeing if people are still there. They're not. So it eases the pressure off me then. You know? Okay. Oh, that's too much paint on there. Okay. Well, we're definitely making progress here today. Okay, that's the inner saddle done. Now we've got to do the edge of the blanket. kind of see a print line in that blanket there. That's not good. I don't know what I was going to do about that. I couldn't sand it back because you'd lose the detail on the blanket, which would be annoying. So now we're going to go around the edge of the blanket here, and we're going to paint that in. I'm going to have a sip of coffee and a toke on the smoke in a minute. Oh, as a friend of mine's away in Hawaii at the moment. My dear friend Creamy's having fun on the beach, and I kind of want to see what her reaction will be when she gets back and sees what I've done here. She kind of likes horses. She was one of the ones that suggested that I paint a palomino. A couple of other people, including my mother actually, which I was quite surprised about. I was like, wait, you know horses? She goes, I had a life before you were born, you know. Oh, okay, fine. I don't know what's that got to do with anything, but couldn't have been much of a life. I mean, because I wasn't in it, so what does she do all day? I'll have to ask her one day. You know, you said you had a life before I was born. Well, yes, I did. Well, what was it? You didn't have me to pester you and annoy you. So what on earth were you doing with all your time? Anyway, going back to the horses. See how my mind just wanders sometimes. Yeah, it was suggested that the horse looks somewhat like a palomino, so I looked up palomino. And white hair. Oh Christ, look, we've got all this down the back here that I've... well, yikes. Yeah, look. I've oversprayed. But I shall get some brown on that later on and just touch that up. So I thought, you know, hang on, let me just work out how I'm going to hold this. There we go, that works. I thought, you know, might as well do a palomino then, if everyone thinks it's a palomino. I still have to be aware of where the camera is pointing. I keep missing the mark sometimes. My uncle, my dad's uncle, used to be a sign writer. And this is long before the age of, you know, printed signs or vinyl cutters. This was all painted by hand. Like, everything he would do was hand painted. He used to work for the council, so he would paint signs for the council. He would paint their vans as well. He would like sign write so much stuff, and before he died, his garage was full, or his shed was full of signs that he had painted. Some of them silly little things, or, you know, joke signs, or whatever. Some of them were, you know, useful signs that he used. But they were all hand painted. I couldn't believe it, just the skill and patience that it takes. Like, all the road signs and everything were all hand painted at the time. Now, this is like 1930s, 1940s. So I was only a little kid when he passed, but I still remember seeing, and my dad still got some of them to this day, just hanging up somewhere. They'd like painting pinstripes on vans and stuff like that. Perfectly arrow straight lines by hand. Like, jeez. Some of my friends say to me, "Oh, I don't know how you do that. I haven't got the patience to do that." I'm like, yeah, well, I feel the same way when it comes to someone like my great uncle. When I see some of the work that he used to do, I think, Christ, how did you even focus on that? But, you know, steady hands, breathing control. Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah. Weird thing about this saddle, it doesn't have a horn. Should be a horn here. Now, the site I bought this off, bought the 3D print files off of. I didn't buy the model itself. I had to print that myself. But you could buy the files, and they weren't that expensive, really. I mean, the guy makes them himself. So, if you're going to download something, you might as well pay for the artistry. Pay him for his work. And I was more than happy to do just that. I don't know how he does them, whether it's, you must do them in a 3D software like Blender or something like that, and then convert them over to STLs. Slice them up for printing. But he also done other video game characters like The Last of Us. Some of the people from The Last of Us. And that one is also riding on a horse. And I checked it out, and the horses look very similar. So I think what he may have done, just kind of copied the horse over from one to the other. Whichever one he'd done first, he copied that. So I think he'd done The Last of Us first, and then moved over and done an Arthur Morgan from Red Dead model. And he just kind of copied the horse file maybe, and just tweaked it a little bit here and there so it wasn't exactly the same. But kind of leads me to believe that that's what he's done because this horse doesn't have a horn. Saddle doesn't have a horn. It doesn't really look like many of the saddles from Red Dead, if I'm being honest. But then, why wouldn't you do that? If you've already got a horse in file that you spent hours and hours crafting, why wouldn't you just use that? I mean, I'm not berating him or anything for doing that. It's a damn good idea. And then you then you stick the Arthur Morgan on top. See, I've been talking and I've been missing the lines here. Got to concentrate again. I'm glad I put that soft cloth down because I don't want to be knocking all the paint off. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. Sorry about that. My mic hit the horse's head. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing there. There we go. Let's move this in here. Right, that's all the internal lines done. I'll just do the external one. I'll just do the top and then the external ones. Okay. Oh, don't. Turn her upside down a bit. Did I just put my finger in the wet paint? No, we're good. Okay. So saddle base colour done. Now I've got to do the straps. Oh, we're getting there. It's good. Let me lower her down so that you could see. Yeah. Pretty pleased with that. It's all coming together real nice. Very nice. Just taking a couple of minutes here just to sort of relax. Muscles have been tense trying to paint the brush. That didn't take that long actually either. I was pretty pleased with that. Horsey looks good. Right. Cup of coffee. Time for the straps. It's tacky, but it's good. I don't like resting her on her ears, so just try and get this done. Okay. This isn't taking as long as I'd expect it to, but we'll just keep chugging away at it. Screw up there, but not much now I can do about it. Okay, let's flip her over. Do the inside here. Oh, I'll try and get my hand in there is a problem. Oh, great. That's that. Hold the legs. Oops, got some crap coming out of that hole. Okay. Now for this side. Okay. It's a lot out if you had to retain your steady hand for this long. So it could never do this professionally. Imagine having to do this for 8 hours a day. Oh, take the fun out of it for me, I think. And there we are. Oh, I've just scraped the top of the paint off these ears. But again, we'll have to put that back on. We'll have to go back over with some. So what else have we scraped off while we've been spinning it around? Oh, a bit on there. Yeah, I think we're good. The ears are going to need some work. We'll do that at the end there. Okay, so what have we got here? Oh, wait a minute. That's... We have missed... Right. Oh, that's no longer dry as I thought it was going to be. Okay. Right, so that's where we stand now. The flat colours for the saddle are all painted. Now I've got to apply a wash. I've got to apply a wash on the saddle and the blanket, and then we've got to dry brush it. So we're just going to give it some time to dry off here. It's just rid of some of that excess paint that's on there. It's coming along nicely. Oh yeah, brilliant. And as for this side, I don't know which side any of you prefer, but that's that side. Yeah, I'm going to have to touch up some of the bit around the back here. Maybe some wash would help with that, I think, maybe. See if we can't just... No. No. It's not coming off. No, some wash will do with it. It's fine. I mean... Oh, we've got some problems with the tail. Yeah. I have to just... Where I've been spinning, I might have to just get some white paint and just brush over some of these issues with the tail. Smooth them out. Again, those are touching up things that I can do later. So we're just going to give it some time to dry off so that we can apply our wash. In the meantime, I'm going to go and get in a fresh cup of coffee. So I'm going to leave you with the Model Bench Studio. There we go. Oh, get out of my chair and mosey my sorry ass into the kitchen. So I will be right back. Okay, back once again. I was just looking at that on the screen. It's like that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of shelves. There's a lot of boxes. There's a lot of containers. Wow, I do have a lot of stuff, don't I? I've built a lot of that up over the years of doing this, and every time I need something, I kind of like, go and buy it and whatnot. But you accrue a lot of stuff while you're doing this. That's for sure. These boxes here, these are worth their weight in gold. They're nice. I've got one up there, one up there. I've got some of these drawers up here too. Oh, they're a godsend. They really are. But anyway, let's have a little chat for now. Let's spark up another cigarette. I'm still waiting for this paint to dry. So when it's done that, I will carry on. What time we're looking at? We're looking at 10 to 7. I've got a prior appointment at 8 o'clock, or around 8 o'clock. We've got a special treat today, which I'll be streaming. So we're going to see how that goes. Yeah, we got a bit of tidying up and fixing to do once most of the paintwork is done. I've got a little bit on the hoof down here that needs tidying up. We've got some around the tail. The tail I need to kind of really put some white paint on, really repaint that nice and thick. We've got some errors there that I don't like. It looks like cracked concrete and I don't like that. So that's going to get a little bit of a fix. Where are we? Oh yeah, so that doesn't work anymore. Let me just turn this camera off and on again. Come on. There we go. Hi. Yeah, we're getting there. We're going to do some. We're going to do so. I was just checking this light. This nifty little light. It's I've got it on a little stand here, and I can position it wherever I need extra light. So I kind of like that. It's really nice. I could just put that wherever, and it's on a little tripod thing, and I can focus it in the area. It's like an intense beam of light that I need. So I like that. Yeah, I might get another light to go on where my webcam is as well, so I can have a light focusing directly down. But I can't afford these things right now. I'll have to make do with the lights I've got. I've got an old fish tank light up here that I used to have in my fish tank. It's got like a natural light in there and a white light. And that looks quite good. That's over my desk. And I've got these two lamps which have got like, I think they're like 75 watt, 100 watt white light bulbs in. So you don't stare right at them because that'll burn your eyeballs out. But it provides good enough light on my desk there. But you need an awful lot of light for your webcams, as I have found out. So I might need to get some more. Especially when you're doing detailed work and you're in close, you need a lot of light. Okay, so I'm going to check to see what this is looking like. How are we doing here? That's dry. That's dry. Okay, so just give it a bit more, and we're going to get some wash done. So let's head back over to the main bench. There we go. Okay, so I need some. I'm going to use grey wash on this. I don't want black wash.
5333 replied to Elizabeth, thank you. Spanking teachers isn't a thing here. So I'm safe if they did that. we would get complaint letters from parents saying, asterisk, how dare your ass touch my...
What the hell is that? Did I not close Discord down? I could have sworn I shut Discord down. Processes. No, I didn't close Discord down. End process tree. I'm sorry about that. That was someone else sending a message to someone on Discord. I got caught up in my speakers. I don't know if you heard that or not. But, anyway. Right, so we're going to use, I think, yeah, let's use black wash on this. Glad there was no, I don't know what that was about. But, you know, someone was obviously saying something on Discord. I thought I'd close that down. Obviously not. Stupid thing. That's can be really annoying sometimes. You think you've closed it down and then you haven't. I didn't close it down on my other PC. I've just turned the speakers off so that it doesn't bloop at me every 5 seconds. Right, so I'm just going to pour some black wash in here. Put that to one side. So we're going to try and pick out the lowlights, the details of the saddle here with this black wash. And also in the blanket area. Just try and get it in all the grooves. And then along the edge of the saddle. Hopefully a pool in there. Oops. I got carried away with it there, didn't I? So we just sort of leave that to do its thing. It's not going to cause much on here. Right, it is pooling in there. That's good. That's looking good. just going to leave that side to dry. I don't want to turn it up on its head and then have all the wash sort of leak down into the areas that I don't want it to be. So I'm going to sort of leave it. See, it's already doing that on that side. I don't want that to be the case. So we're just going to wipe that off. It's already pooling down. I don't want it to leak onto the actual horse itself. Just keep it on the saddle. So we're trying to keep that fairly flat and level. We'll get back to that in a second once that's kind of dried off. So it dries fairly quickly, so that's at least an advantage there. Can we just put that under there so that the horse can... There we go. So that black should sort of like pool into the recesses and make them look darker. Looking good, horse there. Looking good, horse. I am really liking these tones. Yeah. Showing off all the muscles and the horse under the skin there. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm pretty proud of that, I have to say. So let's get this in. See what you think. So see it drying off in there, and you can see that the black is sort of getting into the recesses there. Okay, so we're going to do the other side now. I'm going to try and do a similar thing here and keep the horse flat. Okay, I'll just hold it by hand then. Okay. Okay. And the stitching. There we go. Let's try and keep the horse fairly flat. Ow, what did that do? Right, so we've got to try and keep the horse a bit flat. So we're making sure it's not spilling out over there, that's good. So we've just got to wait for that to dry. Oh, while I'm here, I might as well paint the saddle too, the actual saddle, because I did that on the other side. It might catch something. Probably not though, a lot of that's very smooth, so. Very watery, the wash is, so you've got to be careful that that it doesn't run. Right, let's just hold on to that for a bit. So where the wash collects is where it will, when it dries is where it will be the darkest, and it collects into the recesses. As we saw with the hair. So it's just going to hold on to that for now while I have a cigarette and drink my coffee and chat to you. We're nearly done here. I kind of do I want to do? What is the time? It's 7 o'clock. So I got a previous appointment at 8. I've got a fellow streamer who hasn't streamed for a while. I've got a fellow streamer joining me on stream later on, so that should be fun. We're going to play some Astroneer. So I don't know, I'll be late for that. First kind of... but we've become friends since I've been streaming. And that's what I think this Twitch community is all about, really. It's about meeting like-minded people that are got the same sort of interests, making friends and that kind of thing, and enjoying yourselves. That's what it's about. It's kind of like when you were at school and you met this new kid and you didn't know anything about him, but you're like, oh, what do? You know, he's just kind of, oh, I like to play Mario. You play Mario? Yeah, I play Mario Kart. Oh, wow, I love Mario Kart. Come round tonight and let's play some Mario Kart. Yeah, sure. That's all you needed to know. You didn't need to know anything about his parents or his house or anything like that. You just needed to know that he played Mario Kart. And then, have we just become best friends? You know, that's pretty much what it's like. What it was like when I was a kid, and how I got some of my best friends. We were just all into the same sort of thing. We used to hang around in the computer room at lunch. We weren't allowed to, but our computer teacher was. Well, let's just say whenever he used a mouse, he would press the mouse buttons with his knuckles. He was a science teacher primarily, but it was just a kind of, computers are this new thing. Let's just get this guy to teach computers. He didn't have a clue about computers, and the other guy that teaches computers actually by year tutor, and he was a technology teacher. And he didn't know. He knew more about them than the science teacher, but he wasn't. So we didn't have a specific computer tech teacher. And he would teach us how to. It was so funny. He would teach us how to use like word processing and spreadsheets and stuff like that. Half the time, he didn't know what he was doing. We'd say, "Oh, sir, we got a problem." He'd come over and be like, and he would just look at the screen for like 5 minutes with the mouse, but using his like nails and knuckles to press the buttons. He would like curl his fingers up and use those to press the mouse. It's like, who the fuck is this guy? But me and my friends, we had computers at home, and we knew what we were doing, so we didn't really need him. We used to fuck with him. We used to give him problems that we knew he couldn't solve. And then, like at dinner times, he would go back off to the staff room or whatever, and he would often leave the computer labs unlocked, so we would go in there and use the computers. But he got wise to us going in, so he would make sure he had locked the computer room. So my friend stole a spare key, or used to steal his key and put it somewhere so that he could open up the computer labs. It was so funny. And we would just go play like Super Bomberman and stuff like that, and Lemmings and God knows what. And then the other teacher would come and see that we were in Computer Lab 1, which wasn't his lab. It was he was in charge of Computer Lab 2. And he'd go, "What are you doing in here?" "Are we just playing games?" You shouldn't really be playing games." "But why not, sir?" "We're not doing anything." "Okay." And he'd just say, "I'll pretend I haven't seen you." He'd just leave. "Oh, hey, man. Hey, there you are. I love the wear effect on the leather." "Oh, bad news." "Oh. No Astroneer today." "Can't join the server. Why can't you join the server?" Alright. Well, I'll figure this out in about half an hour's time. Figure something out in about half an hour's time. You have joined PC servers before, haven't you? It is cross-platform. So let me go. While I'm holding this to dry this, let me just put this on here. Let me just go and check to see what you've said. Let me just go check to see what you said. Let me just go check here. What have you said? Oh, you got 4 messages here. Ha! Well, that sucks. I guess it's not a Xbox Live preferred server. It's a private server. So I don't know. We can have a look at that, see what. That sucks. Looks like we're going to be doing some research in about half an hour's time then. Right, so I'm going to leave that up there like that. I've got some hair on there. I've got hair on it. That's no bueno. There's my... Let's bring this around to try and grab this hair that I can see. Is that a hair? Oh, yeah. I could just scrape it off with my finger. There we go. Didn't need that. Oh, I don't know who hosts it, honestly. Oh, we've got some. Well, that is interesting and also somewhat annoying. I'm going to have to turn my headset off because I'm going to get the model dryer out and try and dry some of this model with that. because I am looking at least trying to finish off the saddle today, which means I'm going to need to dry brush it as well. So I'm going to turn my headset off while I do this, because you don't want to be hearing this. Okay, that's that done. I don't know how Duana's done it, honestly. I just re-entered the password. So it won't even let you put the password in. It says that it won't let you go. So you put the server details in, and it just says no. Just says computer says no. Well, that blows. Because it's not that the password's wrong. Okay, so now we're going to do some dry brushing. I'm going to use a what I want to do. I want to use the large brush for the saddle, and then we're going to use a small brush, or medium, like lowest small one for the actual. Shows not preferred. Ooh. Peculiar. Well, give me half an hour or so, man. I'm gonna dry brush this, and then we'll get together and find out what's wrong with that. Well, that sucks. That sucks big time. So we got black, grey, and now I need some white. So Blanco. I can't get that far. Right. Okay, man. That is a bit disappointing. I was really looking forward to that. Maybe you should get a PC. Just joshing. 5-minute delivery option. Yeah, Amazon drone incoming. Yeah, no, that's bone for us then, isn't it? Thanks, Xbox. Love ya. Which is weird because Xbox is Microsoft, so peculiar, is what I say. Okay, let's see what happens if we just dry brush this. Oh, I've got some. Oh, god damn it, look at that mess I've just done there. Just try and... My god. Right, okay, so where is my other brush? Come here, brush. Oh, you are in the water, aren't you? So you are annoying me already. It's refreshing. It's refreshing, yet annoying. Yeah, that sucks, man. We're gonna have to... Yeah, I'll get back... When I'm done here, I'll speak to you in Discord. Okay. I shouldn't be too long here, just doing some dry brushing. Yeah. There you go, it's picking out all the stitching real good and the edge there. Right, carry on around here, we'll just turn it round. Right, that's added some highlight to the saddle there. I don't know if that's picking that up, but yeah, should do. This to the stitching and the edge. Okay. Okay, so let's just check that out. Check the difference out there. Oh yeah, that's miles worth of difference. Okay. Looking at old posts about servers, Xbox, PlayStation won't allow joining random servers. Huh. Great. Yeah, that's fun. Well, that blows, man. I was really kind of looking forward to that. Well, at least you tried it now. Yeah, it was a nice idea. Yeah, a lot of these things say, oh, we allow cross-platforming, but they often have their own, and that's what you end up getting tied in with consoles, I think. Like, you must use official stuff, whereas PC's a little bit more forgiving, I don't know. Alright, just adding some more here. Alright, okay. Oh! This thing is heavy. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do now is do a bit of brown dry brushing for the... I just do a bit of rust on the actual... Oh, that's Model Air. Let's see what else I've got here. I mean, that should be fine. I'll try and... Oh! This light looks like it's going to go out, so I'll turn that off. Right, so we're going to do a bit more dry brushing here. Yeah. Do some dry brushing here. Okay. Okay, let's see how this turns out. Not really seeing anything. Maybe I've wiped off too much. No, it's not working. Let's try some more, just some. Not too much on there. That's all right. That's looking good. Flip her over. Oh, that's really picked out that blanket now. Yeah, I'm liking that. Just needs a bit more work on this side. Okay. Yeah, it's got a nice leathery sort of sheen to it now. Let's back the horse up a little bit. Let's try. Here we go. So let's bring that down a bit. Is that going to focus? No, it's not. Come on. Yeah. So that's the sort of leather look to it now. I'm pretty pleased with that. Yeah, nice leathery sheen there. And the mane as well is looking much better. That looks much better now. Yeah. Wow. Wow, horsey, you look amazing. You look amazing. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Yeah, it's starting to come together. It's really pulling it together now. I've just got to do the hooves. But we're going to do those another day, I think. Got a few touch-ups here and there to do, but again, they could wait. A bit of repainting on the tail. But I think we're generally nearly there. Before we can do the actual... What we got here? Yeah. Oh, I like it. Look at that. Oh, I like that. Well. Well, horsey, aren't you handsome? Yeah, we've got a few bits and pieces that will tidy up bits and pieces on there. Got the hooves to do. They're, I think, just going to be like a dark brown. Almost black, I think. But yeah, it's looking good. Just need a rider, don't you? You just need the hero of the piece. Just need the hero of the piece. We've also got to do the sunlight on you. And that's when everything goes to shit. So, we'll catch it. We'll work on that at some point, but we're going to have to do the shadows first, I think. Yeah, do the shadows first. What I'll do on that is I'll put a light on him, light on her, the direction that I think I want the sunlight to come in, and everything that's in shadow I'll just sort of spray out that way with this kind of a dark coat over the top. But we're not even there yet. Not there yet. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back here to chat to you guys. Which is what? Oops. Cheeky. Squeaky chair. Right, so... No, but I do have a plan for the base. Oh, could you imagine if at that scale, I mean, if the horse is this big for just one horse, how many more have I got to do for how big's the runaway train going to be? It's going to be a whole, this side of the bench thing. No, it's just going to be a single model with Arthur Morgan and his horse on a platform. I've got an idea for the display platform. So we're going to try and ground the horse, ground him into some kind of platform instead of just being on a pedestal. It's going to be something there. I've got an idea. I don't know how that's going to quite pan out, but we'll work on that. But for today, that's it for the model bench. I'm going to talk to Super Rivs in Discord after this is done and find out what's going on there. But I was going to do an Astroneer stream with him afterwards tonight, but that doesn't look as though that's going to be the case anymore. So I'm undecided as to what exactly I'm going to do. I haven't gone into Red Dead story for a while, so I might do that. I might go back into Astroneer. Yeah, I know, it's sad. It sucks, but never mind. What it is, they don't want us PC master race mixing with console peasants. That's what it is, you see. And, oh no. Then why advertise that you're cross-platform? Why? Anyway, cross platform, but with some caveats. I don't know. So anyway, we're going to leave that there. Mixing with the riff raff. Yeah, I don't want to mix with the riff raff. I don't know. So I'm going to leave that there. That's been a very productive day. I might do some more tomorrow, just finishing up the actual base colours, like the hooves and the touch-ups and stuff like that. So that could be a quick one. Could be a quick hour stream. Although I don't think it's going to warrant too much of a stream tomorrow. So I might just do that off camera. Yes. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Yeah, it's been fun. So I'm going to catch you all later, and I'll speak to you soon, Super Rivs. Thanks for joining me. Keep an eye out for the next notification. Like I say, I don't know what I'm going to do this evening. I might just have a lazy night. But until then, thanks very much for joining me. Cheers. Bye.